how far have you gotten with the physics? Because I've heard, the whole Einstein-Rosen bridge and all the theory behind that, and that perhaps if we were able to sail a ship through the middle of a black hole, maybe it would come out somewhere else because we don't know where black holes go. Like, I've heard a couple things like that, but maybe take me through some of the things your pot infused
Sure.
research has taken you.
Yeah. That's the first time anyone's referred to it as research, so I appreciate that. Thank you. I do feel even slightly more credentialized than I did, 20 minutes ago. So one of the first things that I thought of, because I was like, all right, I own timemachineblueprints.com. Now I got to think about some stuff. And, so much of our knowledge, quote unquote, knowledge of time travel comes from pop culture stuff, which only means that it gives us a chance to dream, but I think it gives us opportunities to dream inaccurately, So, all right, people are always like, oh, you can't time travel because you'll create paradoxes. So one of my first stone thoughts about time travel was maybe what we need to do is, instead of learning how to travel through time in our own reality, we need to learn how to travel to a different reality. And from that reality, it might not create a paradox to travel to a different time in our own reality.
Interesting. Oh, I love this already. Okay.
Yeah. And
okay. So
and now, okay.
Yeah.
Now that might be fake, but it's also, well, now we're thinking about things in a different way, right?
Right.
But go ahead.
Yeah. So you're saying, if it's to see if I understand correctly, you're saying if I jump to another Earth and part of the multiverse, and then I jump back, but when I come back, I arrive in 1955 in this
Possibly.
time, it might not cause any paradoxes.
It might not.
I even thought of, like, because you have all like the branch timelines again after Back to the Future number 2 and 3,
Right.
and you have the end game Avengers sort of idea that, okay, if you go and create different branches, then you have to go and fix it the exact same way from what you said, all of those things. And so I was thinking, I wonder if, like, if you were to, this is more like time cop-ish, that if you were to go back in time to a time in which you exist, that I wonder if maybe one of you just gets overwritten. That as soon as you're in that time, either you, the person who's arrived from the future, ceases to exist, or that other person ceases to exist, or if you touch, then there's the paradox. So maybe people have figured out in the future how to come back in time, but as soon as they arrive, they're obliterated.
Sure. Another way to think of it is that, what if it's possible we've had people go into the past and fuck things up, but we've then had people who was, speaking of time cops, we've had people who are farther ahead in the future who just came back and fixed it. You know what I mean? So it's
right.
When I first started on this weird journey, I actually did have friends warn me by saying, like, hey man, you don't know what you're fucking with. And it's like, I'm really not fucking with anything. I'm just sort of like thinking, you know what I mean? I'm not like,
how stone was that friend?
Yeah,
in that
right.
advice.
But I don't know, conspiracy theories have caused us to be paranoid about so many different things, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, but I thought about that too, because people were like, man, you don't know what you're dealing with here. And, we've never, so I'm also not a physicist, but I know that by studying light, we haven't like fractured the speed of light, or, you know what I mean? Or like, we haven't ruined gravity. And like, gravity is still a constant and light is still a constant. And I think it's a little egotistical of us to think that we'll somehow break time by messing with time, because I mean, we might hurt ourselves, yes, but I don't think we're going to destroy reality with the CERN reactor or anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's, I think, putting a little bit too much power on us.